Hello YouTube and welcome back to Fire Gaming Project. So in this short video, I'm going to be reviewing our favorite Popsicle Exorcist boy, Chongyun, yes. So I just did a video right now, right before this, for Ning Guang, so do check it out. And I will give you a quick advance notice. I did a failed demonstration there. I think I failed, and then the second one wasn't that good either, but I did a third one, and I kept it all in there. So yeah, feel free to check it out. Overall, Ning Guang is really awesome. I definitely recommend her, so do look forward to that. I also did that, and I talked about all of these characters because recently I did the review of this banner of each individual character in a very brief way, but now I'm doing the in-depth ones for each character. I already have one out for Chongyun. Sorry, I already have one out for Child, and now I have one out for Ning Guang, and then today we're going to do Chongyun as well. So stay tuned, and then afterwards I will be doing Yanfei and Xinyan, who will be part of Child's 2.2 story quest coming soon. So those will be the next two to be reviewed. So stay tuned for those. Okay. So with that being said, you may have also seen some of my other videos that I already posted where I was testing out the fish Claymore on Chongyun, and I prefer that on him for my, cold fish or ice tuna attack ones. So those are just for fun. So today we're going to go kill the pyro Regisvine instead. So let's just get to it. But before we do, please subscribe, hit the like button, definitely hit the notification bell, leave some comments and some questions. Do you guys like Chongyun? Chongyun is actually a really strong character, and he was part of the original national team with only 4-star characters. Of course, there's variations of that now, including 5-star characters, as well as the so-called international team, right, which includes Child from Snezhnaya. I believe either Raiden or any one of the ones from Inazuma, basically, and then Sucrose from Mondstadt, and then Shangling from Liyue, right? So, yeah, so do check those out, but check out my other videos. But anyway, Chongyun is still strong, but of course I think that people have moved on away from him because he's one of the earlier characters, but regardless, he's still very useful as a sub-DPS or DPS, but mostly for the subbing. Okay, so let's get to his build. Okay. So right now he's only 70 out of 80, so not a big thing. So in my case, his crit rate is super low, and that's because of the way that I built him. Keep this in mind, if you're building him afterwards or moving forward to build him, you don't have to build him the way that I did, and I'll talk about that, okay? The reason why his crit rate is low is because I'm doing the Cryo Resonance with another Cryo character so that you get the bonus crit rate on there, okay? I won't go into that aspect of it too much, but basically that's why. Yeah, but if you don't want to do that, where you have to team him up with another Cryo character, then yes, you would want to build him like a regular sub-DPS or DPS character where you try to break his crit rate at least above 50%, right? And definitely aim for some crit damage as well. Energy recharge is not a huge issue for him, but it's always a bonus, of course. Okay, and then in terms of my weapons, I am still picking the Fish Claymore and the Luxurious Sea Lord, so make sure hopefully you guys all got it at R5 and level 90 before 2.1 ended. Other viable weapons, of course, he will do well with any of the 5-star weapons, so we don't even need to go into any of those. The Unfortunate is still okay too, especially if you use shielding with him. You will do well with the Blackcliff Slasher, which was available on the previous Paimon shop for last month and will be available next month. So you can save your Star Glitter for that. I previously had him before I got the Fish Lord, or yeah, the Sea Lord, the Fish Claymore. I had him on the Sacrificial Greatsword, but he does not need the energy recharge, so I gave that to Beto instead. Yeah, and then the Prototype Archaic is also fine on him. He does not need the Favonius for the energy recharge, but it's also okay on him. You could consider him physical if you wanted to. You don't have to build him that way, but you could, depending on the situation. He is from the US, so for those of you who are earlier on in this game, if you guys got the Lithic Blade from that limited banner and you did level up, if you choose to level it up or you didn't fodder it like what I did for the Mondstadt versions, like the Alley Hunter, Alley Flash, and Wine and Song, then here you are. But I have it and I didn't bother because I only got it at R3. R3 I think and up should be okay, but in order to do this, you would need to have at least 3 characters from Liyue in your party to get a higher bonus. Otherwise, it's not really worth it. So yeah, so that's that in a nutshell. Also, the newest weapon, Akuo Maru, which is currently out on the 2.1 Part 1 banner, weapon banner. Let me quickly go there. Is a really awesome weapon. I just want to make that clear. I have done pre-analysis of it. I've done a final review of it. I've done a summary review of it, based off of other streamers who did pull on this banner and try to get a bunch of copies and got it to R5 or even just R1. The Akuo Maru is a very strong weapon. I want to make that clear. I have said that in the past as well. I stand by it. It's a really good weapon. However, this weapon banner is a scam. It is a trap. So just buyer beware is all I'm saying. Okay. I did talk about it in more depth about that in my final review of the Polar Star and Akuamaru as well. I did not pull on this banner, and I do not plan to. But both weapons are amazing. But the Memory of Dust is a mediocre, average 5-star catalyst. So it's up to you if you want to take that risk to come and pull on this banner, okay? Also, if you have alternative weapons, there are alternatives out there, like I said. So you don't have to get the Akuamaru and you don't have to get the Polar Star as long as you're okay with the alternatives, which I talk about, whether they're 4-star or 5-star alternatives. Okay, so that being said, let's continue on. So for this purpose of this, he will be using Luxurious Sea Lord. For artifacts, I got him the 4-piece Blizzard Strayer, and that's where it comes into the situation where it says there the 4-piece. If it's Cryo, and then crit rate gets increased, and then if they're frozen, it's another 20%, right? So that's basically what it is. I'm just going to scroll through them. So I gave him all attack. Unfortunately, I don't have enough Cryo pieces. Ideally, you would give him another Cryo bonus piece. I don't have one, I think. Yeah, see, I don't. Yeah, I don't. They're already on other characters that have Cryo, so I don't have it. I could give it to him for the purpose of this video, but then it would break his set because right now, right now he has it that way, so that's just what it is. I could swap it around, but that's okay. I'm just gonna leave it like this so that it's more like realistic, so it's not always a perfect build, okay? So his constellations, I have him at C6. Long story short, like C1 definitely helps because it deals extra attack. C2 will definitely have the cooldown time decreased, right? C3 plus 3 levels. C4 regeneration, extra energy, right? That's why he's not like he doesn't need a lot of energy, but he'll be fine. C5 is also plus 3 levels. C6 will be more damage to opponents, and basically yeah, it's just one additional blade, okay? So he also has other awesome talents, so let's go into that. So of course, normal attacks are just normal attacks, but I will say his final attack, when he does his 4th strike, does shoot out some ice, I think. I think only he does that, yeah. And then this one is just to lay down like an AoE field that where all the certain characters' pole arms and claymores and swords will be turned into cryo infusion. But this also attacks on itself too. And then this one lays down the cool swords. And that's why I think he's actually a really cool character. And his idol design is actually really cool, where he summons those, like, where he does that little spell casting of his exorcism. Yeah, it's really cool. Anyway, so then this will deal AoE damage and it will inflict more like cryo basically. His other passive talents here are that their normal attack speed will be increased if there are other characters on the field within the his E skill basically. So then their attack speed gets increased, so he bumps them up when they're infused inside of that. And then this one, like after his ult disappears, another sword will just randomly strike. Well, not strike randomly. Sorry, it will strike and give an extra attack. That's AOE and cryo. Resistance will be decreased as well. And this is just for expeditions. He'll give you a bonus there. Okay, so I've teamed him up with Aloy because she's our free cryo character, so we're just leaving her. She won't be used. And I just left Xingqiu in this team just so I can break the shield. So here we go. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to shield before we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. So he obviously pairs really well with Xingqiu and other water, frozen prompts, right? And also, like, just double cryo would be really strong. See, just normal attacks are pretty good already. Yeah, and like overall, this is a very solid character. Now, I did go against the Thundering Manifestation, teamed him up with Ayaka, and I also went against the Hydro Cube, Hydro Hypostasis, again teaming up with Ayaka. And so do check out those videos too if you're interested. But basically, this character is a solid character, and in this case, it was a pretty good demonstration overall. It's not like a major damage bonus or whatever, but he's still a solid character to have in your team. And he would work well again with the national team and with many team compositions. He's very flexible, and Cryo is one of the stronger elements. Pyro and Cryo basically, and Hydro is kind of up there too now, right? But yeah, those are the stronger elements. So he's definitely a solid character. So if you guys have him built up, that would be great, right? And let me know like what you guys think as well. Lastly, I forgot to quickly say, I want to quickly say, his artifacts has another variation that you could do if you don't want to do 4-piece Blizzard, which is fine. You can do 2-piece Blizzard, 2-piece Gladiator, or 2-piece Shimenawa, because it's plus 18%, and or you can do the 2-piece Noblesse for the burst damage, or you can even do a 4-piece Noblesse if you want to make him more supportive for their team to get a bonus. The other one that you could also consider is the Emblem of Severed Fate or the Shimenawa set. However, he doesn't need the energy recharge aspect from the Emblem of Severed Fate, but the 4-piece bonus is similar to the Noblesse. And the Shimenawa's 4-piece set basically adds extra damage as well. So those are also very viable options. That again is a very amazing domain for Inazuma. I just want to say that before I forget. So there we go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, please subscribe, please hit the notification bell. Please leave me some questions and some comments, and let me know if you guys are using Chongyun or if you guys enjoy using him. Please let me know what your builds are, what your weapons are, what your artifact sets are, etc. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much, and check out my other videos.